It's the weekend. I'm not drinking tea. That's not true. Hey, CeeCee here, and it's Saturday, April 13th. I got the date right this time. It's kind of muggy outside. I managed to go for my walk this morning, walk/run. I started running a little bit at different intervals. We'll see how that goes. I really do need to lose weight. I've been slacking off on eating properly, and it's kind of like a vicious circle. As soon as I stop, or as soon as I fall off the wagon, I just keep eating more and more and more, and then at one point there is no break. So I need to do something. That is why I'm drinking water today. What did I want to say? Yes, so it's the last update of the backlog projects that I had. So it's update number 3, or show and tell number 3. I forget how I called it. Anyways, not important. So what you're going to see right now is a lot of, well, not a lot, but 2 projects made with metal sheets. And I'm going to include a sped up version of a tutorial I did with panpastel on pastel board, which is a really nice favorite substrate of mine recently. I love it. And what else do I have on there? Oh, I also tried something different with gel medium. I tried a resist technique with gel medium, which is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one. And then finally, I think I'm going to include the cards that I made using this. It's, what's it called? It's a custom die. It's called Decorative Butterfly Corner by Heartfelt Creations. Yeah, and Spellbinders. So I made I made 3 cards yesterday for the tutorial, and I'm going to show them to you right now. I'm going to hook up the camera overhead. So here's the die, and it's a corner die, but you can also make all kinds of different things with that. And if you are blessed enough to have a grand caliber or the bigger Big Shot, you can use this die to make a complete doily. But I have just a regular Big Shot, so I couldn't do that. But I was able to make a half doily. You're cutting twice in the same cardstock, and they're back to back. So this one, for all the cards that I made, I used the French Country Graphic 45 collection. And this is just basically it. All my cards are very, very simple. I did not embellish with too much, because the idea of the tutorial was just to show how to use these dies. So like I said, I punched twice with the same dies side by side, and I don't know if you can see it from here. I added some liquid pearls on those little flourishes. So that's card number 1. Card number 2, this is kind of like I kept the, yeah, that's the negative space. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. This is like, as you can see, this is the positive of the die. This is the negative used as a corner, as it is intended for. So I took the die and I punched it on this corner, and then I reversed it in the other corner, and I don't know if you can see, but in between there is a pattern paper. So I've got the piece that's cut, a pattern paper, and the actual card base. I didn't want to cut directly in the front cover of the card, because the reverse side of that pattern paper was not really nice. Not that it wasn't nice, but it had different images, and if I had seen, you know, because otherwise, obviously you would have seen like 2 triangles here of that pattern paper. It was kind of like journaling cards on the back side, so it wouldn't have been nice. So that's why I sandwiched everything like this. So that's card number 2. And the last one I did, I did a simple corner, but directly in the card base. So as you can see here, you have the pattern paper showing through. I left this one like that because it is kind of nice. It's a nice pattern. And this piece of pattern paper is actually, I just slid it into that corner here, that decorative corner, and then I just took one of the journaling cards from the same collection and I'm just inserting it in there. So those are the 3 cards that I made for our One Take Friday at the store with the decorative die. So this is the project that I finished for the Tuesday's tutorial for Scrapbooks on Child. It is a mirror from IKEA, and it started out by being black like this, and I altered that. I decorated it with some metallic sheets that I've actually embossed with these 4 different spellbinders, the embossabilities, and so I ended up with 8 different designs. And then after I had embossed the 4 sheets, I took 4 colors of alcohol inks. I got 3 greens and a brown. This is espresso. I have meadow, bottle, and pesto. And so I altered the color of the metallic sheets, then I sanded them off a little bit to reveal the silver of the metallic sheets. And then I took my Jet Black StazOn pad and I just went over them just a little bit. I didn't want to add too much black to it. I took a stencil. I have this Crafters Workshop stencil. I don't have the name of it, but it's a TCW324. And I took a piece of cardboard and I just traced one of the biggest hexagons, cut it out, and I used this as a template to cut out little pieces out of the embossed sheets. And as you can see here, I have tons of remnants. Oh, but before I did that, I actually glued each sheet with a Suquang tape that comes in a big roll like this. So, and then I cut them out, and that was easier to glue them onto the mirror. So I just placed them however I wanted them on the mirror. Then I edged around the mirror and inside here the frame with foil tape by Ink Essential, which is this silver foil tape. It's called memory foil tape. Really pliable, works great. It's already adhesive backed, so it's great for that. Then I took some embellishments from Prima, some vintage trinkets. What's it called? Tiny Junkyard Findings. These are the ones. And this is vintage trinkets. And I also added some wood veneer shapes by Studio Calico. And these started out as being just regular wood. And I took espresso alcohol ink, excuse me, and then I altered the color, and then I finished them off with glossy accents. I love them. Love them, love them. So I added some here, yeah, just to bring the eye towards the embellishment. There's a lot going on here and it's very metallic, and unfortunately because of the view that you have with the camera overhead like that, it's not really picking up, it's not really doing justice to the mirror. But if you're looking at it like if the mirror were on the wall, this would be awesome to look at. I'm really quite happy with how it turned out. This is a pendant and it's using the same technique. I embossed the piece of metal. I added stream and lettuce alcohol inks and some bling, and I really like how it turned out. I love the colors. This is gel medium resist, and instead of using ink to stamp, I used gel medium, and when the gel medium was dry, I was able to go over the whole image with different tones of distress inks, and the gel medium resists to the ink, so it's a fun technique to do. The texture that you're left with over the gel medium is kind of like a waxy feel. It's really fun. Now I'm showing you this other example that I had done earlier using an old text paper, and that is actually from a 1924 dictionary. So the colors are not as striking just because the text paper underneath has kind of that yellow tint from aging, and so it's not as striking, but it's still a lot of fun to do, and I would encourage you to experiment with that technique. Now obviously you'll have better results if you use full images as opposed to, let's say, a line art stamp. So that is it, my friends. We're all caught up. Yay! And hopefully starting from this week on, I'm going to be able to vlog more often. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I'm going to Boston this week. I'll be gone for 5 days, 6 days. Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly how the filming's going to go. I know that I do have a lot of filming to do for the job while I'm down there. So I don't know if I'll have time to vlog. We'll see. I also wanted to wish everybody who's affected by the bad weather in the States, you know, I hope that you're doing well and that you're safe. And thanks for watching, as usual. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And I will see you soon.